Sketchy chopper Twon, and this is my 75 Dodge B100.
Okay, class, our final exam will be coming up at the end of this week. The test will be comprised of 20% written, 30% oral, and 50 shots. Any questions?
Professor,
Yes, dear.
will there be any extra credit?
I am so glad you asked.
Hey, it's Anthony, aka Twon from Sketchy Chopper Society, and this is my rape van. It's a 75 Dodge B100 that I picked up about a year ago. Previous podcasts we've discussed, so we thought we'd give you a walkthrough and show some of the stuff that I've done to it and some of the future upgrades.
All right, let's start with the inside anyways.
So the inside is my first test floor. It's actually old flooring from my house. When I bought the house, they left up in the attic of the garage. Pulled it down there a couple weeks ago. Thought I'd do a test floor on it. See what I was looking, see which way I want to go. I got my tassels. They're actually from the carpet in my living room. I happened to trip over them and rip half them off one day, and I told the old lady that they're mine now and finished it off. Got the old jackknife out for that one. And this is the bench that we've gone over in previous podcasts that I got from Barstool. I have it laid down as a bed right now. Got a frame all made for that, which we can kind of peek in. You peek underneath there. See all the frame with the seat belts and everything I built for it. While we're under here, this is the notch that I did so I can lower it 4 inches front and rear. It's got a 4-inch notch in it. I didn't need to put a 4-inch notch, but I did just for my own safety, my own sake. I can bottom it out if I had to and not have an issue. And the reason it's boxed on the front like this instead of a typical slant notch is because I've made it so I could run factory shocks on it instead of having to buy lower ones.
Neighbor talks. And what's your plans for the interior?
I'm not too sure. I'm still feeling it out. I'm thinking some type of carpeted shag or something for the roof. I'm going to redo this floor with a nicer wood, not the click flooring, and it's going to actually look like sunrise. So it's going to have the big round here, and then it's going to taper all through. It's going to look like
Kind of like a sunburst?
Yeah.
Nice.
Type of deal is the plan for that. Other than that, I'm going to paint the dash this winter. I'm not sure what I'm doing for the walls yet. Everything's up in the air. I'm still feeling it out. So, goes back door.
So let's talk about some of the body work that you've done.
So it's doing the frame underneath. Doing a frame underneath, I had to basically from this spot here to the rear put an all new frame inside of the unibody frame on this to do my notch and fix all the rusting that was gone. All this, all the way across the back, is all brand new steel. All custom made. I'm not sure if we can get under there to see anything. It's pretty low.
Let's kick open that door and we'll take a look at the notching from the back.
So you got the notch in the back. I got this custom, because it's set up as a bed, I made a custom little extension for the seat, which is just some plywood and foam. I built the receiver into the frame when I built it. So I did a custom notch on the bumper to accept that. I didn't want a receiver hanging down underneath the van since it's already so low. And I plan on hauling my little trailer to haul my chopper on, so fix that up. Redid all the rear steel work here. It's not done yet. It's done enough for the end of the season to get some cruise nights in. I got these whiskey barrel lights in here. I got out of an old house that my buddy was redoing in a old German mansion type thing. and he asked if I wanted them, so I grabbed those. So I've been sitting on those for a long time. So they'll be left in there. I'll probably redo this mount. I'm going to make a mount for some skateboards there because I've already had to use it once when it failed on me there a couple weeks ago. I used to skateboard home to grab my car to go get the part that I needed to fix it.
Everyone needs a backup vehicle in a vintage van.
Exactly, right? So some things I got to finish the body work back here. Obviously, you can see. I got to do the drip rail. Got to fix the drip rail. So I'm probably gonna replace that side to side. I've done some patches in the wheel wells, patches in the filler neck area. Pretty much most of it's all underneath in the rear. I've got short back seats, came with the van. This wheel's out of my Chevy. I did, because I'm trying to make it all standalone harness in case I want to do a V8 swap later. So I'm making everything standalone when I rewire it this winter. So this is just a hot rod blinker setup you get off Amazon or any of those hot rod places. So it's all standalone blinkers. I got a tack in there right now. That'll be put in with my gauges when I redo them. I just finished head unit there last week. Kind of show you how that works. I wanted something that if you had to, you could work on. So I can do all my wiring, put new stuff in there, whatever I want to do. Once I'm all done, then flip her up and latch it. Solid. Got my mirror mounted on that. I got wires everywhere. Lots of wiring to fix up, lots of little stuff. You still see some of the old bodywork here. I still got to go over and kind of clean up. Stuff like that, stuff that other people prepare.
And what's your plans for engine again? Sorry.
I'm going to stick with the Slant 6 for now because it's running good. And I've already done some options to it. But down the road, it's either going to be an LS swap or whatever I can find that's convenient and cheap, basically. Front end I haven't done much to yet. Yeah, I need to do a windshield. I got to repair this corner here, and then I can get a new windshield. The bumper will be color matched, same as the rear. You can tell freaking the wiring nightmare. The bulkhead's half hanging out of it. Spaghetti everywhere. Like, I've added some new stuff just to get it running for now. But this will eventually, that'll be deleted, that'll be deleted, that'll be deleted. That won't, that's my starter. But pretty much almost everything else will be deleted off this when I go to a GM single wire setup and rewire it. Then I won't need any of that charging stuff that Dodge is famous for. So I'll be able to lose all this stuff, run it straight 12, as long as it's wired it runs, basically. If you see in here, I don't know how you get to see it from up here, but in there is my custom ignition setup. It's got a ignition module out of a 70 Chevy. It's got a ignition coil from a 98 Chev 4.3 with bracket and heatsink. And I did 8.5mm wires with re-gapped plugs to 0.45 instead of 3.5. It's for heavier spark, so it starts up on a dime. I've got the choke wired open. I haven't had issues starting it yet. So it's got heavier spark, prolonged spark, and better fuel mileage apparently. So that's so far the only upgrade here, other than little stuff. But over the winter, this will be all cleaned up and redone. How I lowered the front was a lot easier than the rear. Rear took me probably a month or so to do with all the fab work and body work. The front, if you look underneath, it's actually got lower arms off of van, basically. a new 80s van, and what it is, they have a 2-inch extra bucket compared to these ones. These ones sat straight. The new ones have a 2-inch bucket, which actually lowered it 4 inches in total. So I made that mistake by welding another 2 inches on it, and it was a 4-inch drop.
Bet you that's your wife calling you. What the fuck are you doing, moron?
Yeah, probably, yeah. And, oh, definitely.
Why are you guys on my front lawn?
Yeah. Get your shit off my lawn. So yeah, so I actually lowered it 4 inches in the front, which made it so all my steering locked up, my wheel wells bottomed out, everything was fucking hitting everything. So I actually cut the bucket back out of it, welded it to how it was when I bought them, and put it together, and it actually lowered it perfectly 4 inches where I needed it. So you can tell that's lower arms there. You can tell the new one compared to the old one.
Yep. Oh, awesome. All right, well, let's do this on camera.
A few moments later.